What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day. I want to say first and foremost, I'm going to be talking through some stuff, talking through some strategy stuff, talking through correlation, what we do here on this channel, and going to just talk about just some absolutely unfortunate losses. And what I want to get across, one, is that the strategy at the end of the day is what matters, okay? And what I want to say is that I've been doing the same strategy for about 20 months now, and we have consistently been profitable over those 20 months, okay? Second of all, I'm probably going to sound like I'm complaining a lot in this video. I'm not trying to come across that way. I'm just trying to come across as how close we have been getting. And if some things have gone just a little bit differently, then we would have a much different conversation about this weekend, and we would be celebrating and everything. And how these plays end up playing out and how these plays end up being paired together and everything like that really changes how is perceived. And you can go on win streaks, you can go on loss streaks, but at the end of the day, what really matters is the strategy, okay? And again, I'm not trying to come on here and act like I'm complaining, because I'm trying not to complain. And then second of all, I'm not going to act like it's not my responsibility to try to hit these plays. I do also want to say, if there's anyone in the world that wants these plays to hit more, it is me. I want these plays to hit so badly. When these plays hit, it is so amazing. And when we're on a win streak, it's so amazing. Everyone's happy and it's great and it's fun and we're winning so much money, and it feels like we're on top of the world and we cannot lose. And then when we're losing, it feels really sad, okay? But if you don't know what we do here on this channel, this is really important to understand. I do correlation, okay? So if you watch what I'm about to say and you're like, that doesn't make sense to me, that seems like it doesn't work, and yeah, whatever, then I would probably just not watch this video, and I would probably be like, oh, okay, maybe I'll go watch someone else or something. But if I explain to you what I'm about to explain to you does click in your head and it makes sense, then you know that this is a good strategy to use long term, and this is exactly what we do long term. So for example, I took Cortland Sutton over. I took ONYX over. ONYX throws for over 200 yards in this first half, okay? He threw for 217 yards in this first half. So you know if ONYX has an exceptional first half, which he did, okay? He literally almost threw the amount of yards on his normal line in the first half. When that happens, you know that Cortland Sutton, his number one target, is going to be a huge part of that first half, which is exactly what happened. He gets 81 receiving yards. So he had a great day. ONYX had a great first half. Cortland Sutton had a great first half. Now, if you go down here to the bottom right of the screen, we took Jake Browning and Jamar Chase. I ended up taking the overs. Again, I should have took the unders. Hindsight's 2020. Yes, I wish I would have took the unders, guys. But I was like, maybe Jake Browning and Jamar Chase, they'd hook up a lot together. They'd probably be passing a lot in this third or fourth quarter because they're going to be behind. But Jake Browning only threw for 125 yards. So you know if Jake Browning only throws for 125 yards, then Jamar Chase did not have a very good day, which is exactly what happened. So we bet in pairs, guys. We bet with correlation in pairs. Now, what I want to say is that this is what we have been doing for 20 months straight. Okay, we have been doing this 20 months straight, and we have profited over a long period of time every single time, okay? So if we look last year to this day, this was September 30th, 2024. I'm taking Khalil Shakir over. I took Josh Allen. Great NFL correlated duo to go over together. It ends up not hitting. That's going to happen sometimes. I'm not saying that every single case of this stuff is going to hit together, but I'm just saying over a long period of time, this stuff normally does hit together. And then we have Counter-Strike overs together. Okay, if we look at the play that I give out in this video, I'm taking Tyler Huntley, Devon A-Chain over. I'm taking DK Metcalf, Geno Smith over. It doesn't matter who's the quarterback, what team these guys are on, if Geno Smith's on the Seahawks last year or now he's on the Raiders. All that matters, or DK Metcalf's on the Seahawks or now he's on the Steelers. All that matters is you have a quarterback throwing the ball a lot, then the receiver's going to get a lot of catches and a lot of receiving yards. If the quarterback is not passing very much and he doesn't have a very good day passing, then the number one receiver is not going to catch very much and he's not going to get very many receiving yards. Now, if we look back to October 4th, same thing. So this is a couple days after that last year. We took Counter-Strike unders, and then we took NFL overs. And you'll see, this is actually Kirk Cousins. I know his name's cut off, but Kirk Cousins throws for 500 yards in this game. 500 yards. So if you know that a quarterback throws for 500 yards, probably Darnell Mooney, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan, maybe who was their third receiver, Ray McLeod, all those guys probably went over because he threw for 500 yards, which if you go back and look at that game, I think that's what happened. I think I remember that game, and literally everyone went over, which is supposed to happen when your quarterback throws for 500 yards. So amazing correlation here. You'll actually see I'm showing a loss up here in the top right, and it's Counter-Strike and it's NFL. And I took Baker under, I took Mike Evans under. That hits together, and then Counter-Strike unfortunately did not hit together, but that's completely fine because you're not supposed to hit every one of these 9.5Xs. Same thing here. This was October 7th. I'm taking Lamar Zay Flowers over. I'm taking Joe Burrow Jamar over. I'm taking, Ricky White, and I'm taking Malik Williams over. I'm taking Jacoby George and Cam Ward over together. And then, down here, it's very, very small. You probably can't see it, but it was Nico Amaviava and Chris Brazell under, right? I take under sometimes too. So what I want to get across is this is what we have been doing for a long period of time. And in these videos, where is it? I know I show it, in these videos, I'm literally showing every single graph, and I'm showing how we are profiting over this period of time. So at this point, October 7th last year, we're up 300 units by this point in time. Now, if we go back to what ended up happening in this graph by the end of the year hit 600 units. So we went up 600 units last year, and in October of last year, we were up 300 units. So over the course from October 4th to the end of the year, we went up another 300 units to put this at 600 units. So that is the power of NFL season. Now, this year alone, we're up, about 200 units or something like that. So we're behind schedule last year, again, because of what I'm going over. But again, hopefully you understand what I'm talking about. Nothing has changed. If you look at what we did this year, what we're doing legitimately yesterday and this whole weekend, we're taking Counter-Strike, we're taking NFL, we're taking League of Legends, we're taking NFL, we're taking Counter-Strike, we're taking NFL, we're taking League of Legends, we're taking Counter-Strike. It is the exact same stuff that we have been doing. Okay, the exact same stuff that we have been doing, right? One positive of yesterday, if there is any, is, we have this setup or whatever, right? I mean, the elephant in the room, honestly, is this entry. I don't even want to talk about this entry. Justin Fields, I'll just say, by the middle of the third quarter, with 6 minutes left in the third quarter, he had 11 pass attempts. How did he end with 27? I will absolutely never know. He had one final pass attempt with 2 seconds in this game to not hit this entry. If this entry hits, we have a positive day, and we're happy about it. But again, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Very quickly, I know this is getting long, and again, I want to reiterate that I'm not trying to complain, and I'm not trying to act like I'm complaining. I just want to go through these entries really quickly. Okay, first of all, we had a Sam Darnold entry that's now not on the board, like it's gone or whatever. Like it was too late ago, like it was on Thursday or whatever it was, so it's gone. But he missed by one pass attempt. Okay, no, he missed by like 20 yards, which was one pass attempt to JSN at the very end of the game. So that was a 3 out of 4. Okay. Boom, 3 out of 4. I'm not going to go over every entry, guys, but just know that, like, for example, this entry could have went over together instead of under together, or I could have took the unders together instead of overs together. So again, it's my responsibility to take the overs and unders, but this is very similar to that Jake Browning and Jamar Chase thing, right? I thought Penn State was going to be losing this game. You could have easily taken Drew Aller and Pena to go over, and that would have been a great play, because if Penn State's passing a lot, maybe Drew Aller gets some deep passes to Pena or something like that. So it's very similar to that. We have great correlation here, and ends up missing. 3 out of 4. Here's a hit that we had. That's whatever. 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4. Here's another example of that I just talked about. 3 out of 4. Here's another example of that I talked about. By the way, Jackson Dart, Justin Herbert, who would have thought that the Chargers were going to lose this game? And if you know anything about pass attempt completion things that we normally do, the winning team's normally going to pass a lot, or the winning team's normally going to run a lot and not pass as much, and the losing team's going to pass a lot. Who thought the Giants were going to win this game? I don't know, right? If you thought that the Giants were going to win that game, I don't know, you're an oracle or something, right? Same thing with Florida State. Florida State got a upset. Probably the biggest upset of the week was Florida State. They lose. If they win this game, they probably go way under their lines, okay? Here's another example of that. Where's that Jordan Tyson one? That right here, Sam Levitt, Jordan Tyson, they have a big pass in the first half that they go over. This thing, again, here's one that we hit. Caleb Williams. This one's completely fine, even though Malik Murphy missed by 0.5, but whatever. We missed that one fair and square. I'll take that. Ohio, 3 out of 4. Discount misses, 3 out of 4. Here's one that, Auburn, they should have been passing this entire second half, and they just absolutely completely did nothing. Discount misses. Here's one that we hit. That's completely fine. We missed this one. That's completely fine. We missed this one. 3 out of 4. This one barely misses in League of Legends. DMPs. Here's this Justin Fields one that I was that's frustrating. Let's be honest. Here's this one that's a 3 out of 4. Here's that one I showed earlier. Here's another one that very close, right? Because we took the over and under in League of Legends. So with that being said, I want to move on. I feel better getting all that off my chest. Has this channel been good at giving picks? the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks? No, it's been horrible, and I'll take that responsibility. And at this moment in time, we're gonna clear it. We're gonna move on to October. Last year in October was one of our best months ever. Last year in November was one of our best months ever. Okay, we have a big opportunity, and I'm telling you guys, I always tell you guys this, that even though it's been a rocky, like maybe month and a half, 2 months even, it's been up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. These big jolts up when we finally start hitting things together. And again, it's kind of out of my control, right? I couldn't control if Justin Fields gets one more pass attempt or not in this game when he had 11 at the middle of the third quarter. But when the luck swings our way, it swings our way very, very heavily, okay? Very heavily. We have had weeks on this channel, no, not weeks. We've had months on this channel where we have gone up more than 100 units. We did that last February, or this February. We've had months on this channel we've gone up 80 units, okay? In October and I think November of last year, we went up 80 units or 75 units, something like that, using this exact same strategy. Again, I'm proving it with videos that I literally posted last year where I'm doing the same stuff. If you go through this video, it's littered with stuff where I'm doing the exact same stuff over and over and over again, right? It's not crazy. It's not rocket science. It's just using the strategy that we use over and over and over again. With that being said, let's get into the plays of the day. We have a discount on Taco Tuesday, 100 green for Taco Tuesdays. Normal line's like 6, so this isn't a great taco. PrizePicks has not made me very happy with their discounts, but it's all right. We're going to take him over anyway and see if this does hit. So we'll take him over, and then we're going to take Matt Stafford on Thursday Night Football to go over 31.5 pass attempts. I just think this is way too low for him. It should be a close game between the Rams and the 49ers. And Rams are actually one of those teams that I'm likely to be betting on a lot this year because they have very, very solid team chemistry, like not team chemistry, but what they want to do as a team, which is pass the ball a ton, pass the ball to Puka, and give the ball to their playmakers over and over again. Stafford has, he's an amazing player. He always impresses me. And his games this season, he had 29 pass attempts versus the Texans. I believe they won that game pretty easily. Versus the Titans, I also believe they won that game pretty easily, but he's still at 33. Eagles, he had 33 pass attempts. And then the Colts, which I think that game went into overtime, or I know it was a very close game. He had 41 pass attempts, okay? So I think, again, this should be a close game versus the 49ers, and I think he probably gets in like I think he probably gets like 33 pass attempts, something like that, okay? So this is going to be the play of the day. On ONYX, this is going to be the play of the day also for Sunday. We have the Dolphins money line versus the Panthers. So Dolphins money line at -102 versus the Panthers. Panthers, I'm always going to be betting against them. I'm going to be betting against them and the Saints pretty much every week, okay? I think they are very bad teams, and I think they are tanking probably for the first 3 picks in the NFL draft. So Dolphins money line is on ONYX odds. Now, if you don't know what ONYX odds is, ONYX actually gives you a free $100 to sign up with my code. So if you want a free $100 in picks and you want to, be able to just have free picks to use throughout the week, then sign up for ONYX odds. You'll also get a free month of my VIP. Again, we're going to be turning things around this week. I know it. I feel it coming. Again, I want to reiterate the fact that these things turn around very quickly. We could have 2 4-mans that really we should have hit 2 4-mans last night. We should have hit this one last night, and we should have hit this one last night. And you could even make the argument we should have hit this one. You could even make the argument we should have hit this one. 2 4-mans is like 18 units. Because we go up like 8 units with this one, we would have went up 8 units with this one. So it would have been like 16 units that we would have went up with just these 2 entries alone, okay? So these things change very quickly. If we're able to string together a couple of 4-mans together, you can see in just a couple of days we could be going up 30, 40 units in a week or something like that, right? This happens often on this channel. Even though it's been kind of a stinker of a past month and a half, these things happen very quickly, and these things turn around very quickly. And again, I've been doing this for a long time. I have probably close to 10,000 bets under my belt, which doesn't matter. It's all about what we can do now and from this point forward. But at the end of the day, this is the strategy we stick to. We stick to correlation. As I said earlier in this video, if you're like, oh man, that doesn't work, quarterbacks, receivers, they don't often go over together or under together, then you're just wrong. But you can say that all you want, and you can not follow the channel, you can not follow the picks, that's fine. And you can not want to get into the VIP. But if you do believe in the process, if you're like, okay, this guy probably does know what he's doing, and he went up 600 units last year using the same strategy, then I'm telling you guys, join the VIP, try it out. It's completely free. You'll actually get paid money to join the VIP, because with ONYX, again, you'll get a free $100 to bet with. So all you have to do is use my code. The first link in the description, or actually the pinned comment, will have that link that you can sign up with ONYX for, and you'll get a free $100, right? So if you want to use ONYX, if you want to get a free $100 and then just go along your merry way, that's also completely fine. But if you want that free month of VIP, just text me afterwards and I'll get you that month of VIP. Again, I know, long-winded video, I know I talk a lot, I know I'm yapping a lot and just acting sad and everything, but I want to reiterate, these plays are my lifeblood, right? I want to win so badly. I want you guys to win, and when you guys send me screenshots of you winning, it legitimately makes my entire existence. All right, so thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Let's turn things around, and I'm ready for just that win streak where we're just popping off, and every day we're happy. And we really haven't had that since, I would say, July, right? Where we've just had an extreme month of happiness, of popping off every day. And it was kind of this June, July period of the summer where we just had this run up right here. And this is really what we normally do. This is the expectation of this channel. So I'm sorry. We'll turn things around, and if there's any time to turn things around, it's October, November, December, January. This is it. These are the big months, right? This is when we really get into football season, and so thank you guys again. I'm going to end it here, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.